afternoon, I'm Jennifer from International Business, and today the topic of my research paper is People should not stop using the nuclear energy before 2025 in Taiwan. So before I start the main discussion, I would like to briefly give the background introductions of this kind of topic. The nuclear technology uses the energy released by splitting the atoms of certain elements, and it was first developed in 1940s, and during the Second World research initially focused on producing the bombs. And in 2018, which is just last year, a process on whether to repair a road requiring Taiwan's 4 operating reactors to switch off by 2025 passed with 59.5% of the votes in the country's local elections. Although the vote has already ended, this issue has still been under heated debate. The reason why there are so many people who disagree with the usage of the nuclear power because it creates the damage to the health of the residents and that Taiwan is located in the earthquake area. So in order to determine whether it is suitable to phase out the usage of the nuclear energy, it is important that the government should take the long-term plan into consideration. Despite the fact that a lot of people in Taiwan strongly oppose the nuclear power as Taiwan is in the earthquake zone and imposes risks to the health of the residents. I believe the government should not stop using the nuclear energy, at least not before 2025, since it is now the most reliable and the cheapest, most efficient energy compared with other alternatives. Although the opponents claims that the earthquakes will pose the threat to the nuclear power plants in Taiwan, there are many good examples of nuclear plants of countries constantly hit by earthquakes, which utilize the nuclear power. In France, for instance, the nuclear plants are designed to withstand an earthquake twice as strong as the 100-year events calculated for each site. It is estimated that worldwide, 20% of the nuclear reactors are operating in areas of significant seismic activities. When there are an oncoming earthquake, the sensors in the plants will automatically shut down the nuclear reactor, and the cooling system will work to help the plants to be not overheated. The reason why to help them to be not overheated. So still, in case to prevent the earthquakes, people still need to carefully choose the locations of the nuclear plants. And while some people are concerned with the impact of the radiations on human health, scientific results studying effects shows that the damage of the human body caused by the air pollution is much more severe than the radiation. The researchers in NASA, Bruce Carr and James E. claim that the large-scale expansions of the natural gas use will not mitigate the climate problems and will cause for more death in the expansions of the nuclear power. And according to the book of the pros and the cons of the nuclear power by the EWA, it says, for the years, scientists has been warning that the emissions of the CO2 from burning the fossil fuels were beginning to raise the global temperatures. The conventional power station running on fossil fuels make a significant contribution to overall the CO2. Nuclear power produces less air pollution than the fossil fuel. Suddenly, the nuclear industry appears to be back in business. It is obvious that nuclear power could be one of the answers to cut down on the carbon dioxide. Among all the energy sources, the nuclear power is the most reliable energy currently, since it is able to generate over 10 million tons of the energy which is produced by the fossil fuels. Since the nuclear power applies the methods of the nuclear divisions, it generates a large amount of energy by relative little amounts of the elements. On the basis of theories of Albert Einstein, 1 gram of substance can transfer it into 1014 joules of the energy, despite there being far less elements reserved in the world compared to the fossil fuels. Reserves, the potential amount of the energy generated is still greater. So, in addition, the nuclear energy requires much lower operation cost and consumes less fuels, which making it one of the cheapest methods to generate the energy. As the organization showed in the data, the price of the nuclear power is 0.25 US dollars. On the comparison, the price of the power of the thermal is 7 US dollars, which is much more expensive than that of the nuclear power. Although the cost of founding a nuclear plant is quite high, the lifetime of the nuclear plants actually can maintain much longer. What's more, despite the fact that the price of the new renewable energy is almost the same as the nuclear power, renewable energy is still under development, and the uncertainties of the renewable energy may cause a country small. So to conclude, it doesn't mean that people should deny the possibility of the nuclear-free homeland. The whole world is looking forward to the 100% green energy, but both of the people and the government should take the reality into consideration that it is too risky for them to only use the natural gas and other green energy alternatives before 2025. A politician in America, Michael C., had counted, nuclear power will help provide the electricity that our growing economy needs without increasing emissions. It is truly an environmental responsible source of energy. Nuclear power is still a method that cannot be easily abandoned. So it is the end of the briefly presentations of my topic. Thank you.